Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a big warm welcome. I do hope you'll stick around, subscribe and just join in with our little Cockney craft family. So, as you've seen by the title, we're coming back to our Take 3 Envelopes series, because it's been a few weeks, hasn't it? It's been a few weeks since I've been able to sit down and do something like this. So, I'm going to use 3 of these. They're really good quality, but they're little envelopes. If you haven't got any this size, because I want this to be a journal insert, and these kind of small ones are perfectly fine, but for what I wanted, that's not going to fit into a normal size page. Like, say the page is a bit bigger than this, that's not going to fit the right way up how I want it. But, so if you haven't got these, I'll quickly just demonstrate. You can just cut anywhere. You don't have to measure or whatever you want. You can just cut anywhere on an envelope that you've got. Move the thingy bob inwards, and you see now the shape of my thing, of my flat, is a little bit different. That's no dramas either. Where's my scissors? There they are. Right. So that's no dramas either, because we're just going to trim along there, following that line. And yeah, glue this bit and along that line, and then you've got an envelope the size that will easily go into a journal. So that's what I do when I haven't got ones the size I want. If I want to go smaller, it's perfect, you know. And like, you can size it in more, you can bring it out and just take it in, like, I don't know, like ½ an inch or whatever size you need. You can play around with it till you've got the right size. So I just thought I'd show you that, because I don't really like none of my projects to be where you'd feel, oh, you've got to go out and buy special stuff. So I'm just getting out my little ink dauber chairs, the little director's chairs for the ink daubers, and we want a purple one. Oops, I'm so sorry. We want a blue. I need green, and yeah, that will do, the pinky purple pink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink around them first with a couple of different colours, and yeah, we'll, just as a base, I'm going to grab this so I'm not getting ink everywhere, so that I know it's just on here. And do excuse my hands, I've been dyeing sari silk this morning because I didn't have the colour that I wanted for this project. So, oops, yeah, that was the purpley one. So I'm just going to ink all over, no specific pattern or whatever. I'm just covering up. But I will be, you'll probably think in a minute, why is she doing all that, and then most of it is going to be hidden, because I'll go over it with different things and then come back. So yeah, you'll probably think this is a waste of time, but I'm just making sure that we've got quite a bit of colour on our envelopes, just as a starting point. Oops, and one of the colours has just gone. Oh no, it weren't, it was just my dauber that I'm not using. Right, I'll pop it there. And so, yeah, we'll just get all this done. And I don't think it's a waste of time, just to be that you've got all nice colours laid down. There won't be no white showing through. And yeah, hopefully we're going to make some gorgeous little envelopes. And I'll blend these out. I'll try and find what's it called, clean sponge, or at least the clean side of a sponge, so that these colours blend a little bit together. So yeah, everyone's doing great. Over here, I don't know about where you are, but here, this week, the weather is absolutely glorious. I dried those sari silks out in the sun just before filming this, and literally, it just took no time at all. It just was really quick, because it's so lovely out. Oh, I think another dobber must have gone, because I need the blue one, so I'm just going to grab that. There we are. So just going in with this one in a couple of places. And yeah, so I sat outside with my coffee this morning, boiling hot already, even before the sun is properly up. And then thought, oh, this is what I'm doing today, because I said it in yesterday's video that this is what I was going to do. And then I went to get out my different ribbons and that. Sorry, I'm just getting a wipe for myself and for this, so that we're not all dirty. Right, so that's better. I've got my microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to take a corner and just, because it's clean, just rubbing some of these colours, and I might even spritz with water, but I don't think it's necessary actually at the moment, because we're going to get some gesso on, and then we're going to start decoupaging. Where's my other one? There it is. So I'm going to do them 3 separate ones rather than sticking them together and then start decoupaging, because the reason that I wanted this is because I think that's where I'm going to connect them together, not by the flap, how I would normally in a trifold envelope, but not as much as, you know, when we've done the other ones the other week and you held them up and then they hang down with the lace in between. Not like that. I want them as close together as they would be if the flap was connecting them, but to use sari silk. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, yeah, on this one, poke that in there, and also on this one, and I'll have this one at the top. Right. So let's turn them over, grab that corner again, just see if I can blend that a little bit, and on this side. Right, okay, just get a bit more ink on there. Oh, where's our wipe? Right, so I'm going to grab these napkins and think about what we're going to have on them. Oops. I've been gathering a few different ones for quite a while now on eBay, and they sell them in like packs of 4, so you get a little pack of 4 napkins, which goes a surprisingly long way because of, right, hang on, I'm looking for the smaller ones. This one's quite a small bird, and this one is a little bit bigger, but our little fella in here is little, so he might be suitable. Yeah, I like him. And we've also got pieces like this, which are lovely. Right, I'm definitely going to use this bad boy then. And yeah, look, see, we've still got some edging there, like that. Right. I think that's all I'm going to need, that one piece, because I want some other stuff going on as well. So we'll just use him. I'm sorry for the bustling. Right, before we use the napkins, I'm going to go over in some places with a bit of gesso. Don't ask me why. Just fancy it. So that's way too much on that brush. Right. And yeah, just here and there going over, because it is lovely to have different textures, and it means that the colour takes differently as well with your inks or with whatever you're doing. So yeah, just a few bits, not thick. Right, I've got quite a bit on the brush on that side if I can get it onto the thing. Right. Go around that. Oh, and oh, that was way too much. Right, on the other side. And it does stand off as well nicely. Right, let's get some on here. A bit of that I'll put on there. Okay, right, so that's both sides. Nice and gessoed now. Just smoothing that bit out, a bit more there. Right. Yep, I like that. Get a bit more of that brush there. That's it. Right. And that is all I'm going to do with the gesso. I'm not going in mental. I've got some bits on the desk, so they've thrown themselves out of the pot, so they're going on. Right there. And bit of a line coming up here. And like I said, it just makes your colours take a little bit differently. And yeah, you've got different texture, different colour, different, yeah, just, yeah, add something different, you know, so that we're not just doing plain flat, this is an envelope, this is the image, you know, on top, like with the napkin. We want to mix it up a bit with how things look and feel, you know, because that's so interesting when you're going for a journal and there's not just different imagery, there's different texture, you know, and yeah, different bits and pieces used, different mediums used to create something unique, you know. So that's why I've done that, if you're wondering. And a big pot like this is really cheap and goes such a long way. As you can see, I'm still near the top and I've had it a couple of years, so yeah, that's good. Right, I've dried them off a bit with my heat tool, right. I needn't have done this back because my fault with this one is that it will be stuck into the journal, whereas the other ones I've done so that they would be out and just put in a pocket. So this week, this one's going to be stuck in, so yeah, we'll be connecting with the sari silk and then they'll just fold up in the normal way. But yeah, this back bit won't be seen. So as well, where they're going to fall down like this, I think most of my decoupage will be on the front. But for now, I'm just going to flatten that down a bit because I wanted to do a little bit of stamping just with this big background stamp. And also, as well, just go round with bits of colour here and there on that gesso, because it does take differently than just on the, what's it called, the envelope. Right. And let's see. Right. I might even spritz them as well with just some water, because where they are the oxides, it will react and change the appearance a little bit, so I might do that. Right. Let's see. Oh, get some colour through the middle of that and over here, and yeah, just a rub here and there on the back. I'm not picking up any more colour onto my sponges unless I really have to, so yeah, at the minute these are working just fine. Right, and what one have I not done? That one we're not going to see the back, are we? So I'll just do a little bit on here, and maybe on that flap. And yeah, hopefully we'll spritz them, and yeah, then it'll just change it again a little bit before we start stamping. So let's grab the water, which was in one of these pockets just a second ago, because I saw it, I must have knocked it out. Right, I've got my water, and yeah, let's see. Don't add too much, because then straight off I'm going to dry. But yeah, it just sort of will change it a little bit. Right, okay. Just right a little bit. Right, I'm going to dry those off. Right, so I really like the way that in some places the colours have oxidised. So I love that. And we've got a little bit on the back. I didn't spritz much, but as you can see, it is lovely. But yeah, we're not going to see that bit. We're just going to see the flap. And I've got some lovely oxidised colours on that flap up there. But like I said, we're not going to see much of it, but if you do see it, I want something happening. Do you know what I mean? So I've got out my big old background stamp. I don't think I need my stamp platform, because normally I just ink and then flop onto, but more gently than that, flop onto where I want what I want. So I'm thinking this top corner up here with the sheet music and the rose looks really nice. So I want to put some colour on. Let's see. Where's that purple? I want some of that. I might grab as well that lovely little Victorian velvet pink, because that was absolutely adorable. Let's see if I can get some right in the middle and on this flower as well. Right, and then I'm going to go back in with my blue. Okay. And hopefully, hopefully we'll get a nice mix of colour. Oh, look at that. I love it. I really like it. Right, so there's me little wet wipe. I'll wipe off that bit down there, but that's fine. And give this a little wipe. Ready for the next one. Where's my cloth? Okay, so on this one, maybe a bit of that. So again, I want some darker pink, some of the lighter pink, and lilac, and some blue here and there. Maybe a bit of the darker blue. And let's see. We're ready to go. And the whole lot don't have to be covered, because we're still going to put some images on decoupaging in a minute. But yeah, I love that. Right, they're all good to go. I might just stick with the same bit. No, I'll wipe it off just in case. No. There's still a little bit on there, but that's fine. I'm coming back up the top a minute. And a bit of green, I think, this time. And like that. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Right. Okay, so I'm going to dry these off, because I do want to do a little tiny bit on the back, but just of these two, because that's all we're going to see. And you're not really going to see it much other than just when it's shut. So I'm going to get that done now. Right, so they're pretty much dry. I can see one or two places that are still a little bit shiny. Right, so that one, I could do a little bit on the top there. And then these two are going to fold up like that. So you're going to see them upside down. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit on here, although this side is where I'm going to do the decoupage. But yeah, let's just do this as well. Right. Right. That one. And although I am going to decoupage, really, to not get it to smudge at all, stays on probably would have been the better option. Or like a archival ink that like will not run, or that. But I wanted all these colours, so I'm using this. But yeah, just know that it could run and that, you know, but I'm not too bothered about that, because I like it with colours mixing in together, and the image that creates, I really like that. So for me, that would probably be a good thing. Yeah. So yeah, I've got it upside down, and there we go. Right, yeah, I like that. Right, so what do I want on this lid? Probably lid flap. I say it all the time, don't I? Right, probably what I'm thinking is trying to get in the middle here with the sheet music and where it's merging into the flowers. So, a bit of that. There. Right. Whoops. A little bit up there. We'll see how we get on. Right. Right, yeah, that's not too bad either. So, they're done. I'm going to clean this off and dry these off, and then we're good to go. Right, so here we are. They're stamped, they're coloured, they're gessoed. Now we can play about with our little napkin. So, I've got this peacock. It was little, and yeah, it'll fit just right somewhere. I've got a piece of the napkin that I've used before, so we can have a look, see where that can go. Right, I'm going to come round the big mandala, round our little peacock. We'll come up through the lace there, and right. That was handy. One of the paper backing pieces has stayed where it was, which is handy. Right. So we've got him. What's that? This is our top one. I might have him somewhere like that, so I would lose. I could keep it. Yeah, I may have him like that. If I lose some of this like mandala type thing next to him, then oh look, yeah, that's perfect. The other bit's coming off now, which is excellent for me. And so this bit will be ready as well. I'll come back to that bit, I don't need it at the moment. And I've just got our peacock up here, and I can pretty much fit most of its tail coming down like that, which is perfect. So, I'm going to grab my glue, and on this very top one, although I've stamped up here, there's not a lot of stamping going on down the bottom, which is also really good for us, because we used oxides that change when they're wet, and I'm using wet glue. So I'll just get a bit on, but like I said, I don't mind that effect because I love working, you know, with a lot of colour and with these oxides, because yeah, I love the transformation and things like that. It just, yeah, it adds to the appeal for me. Right, I need to get that stuck, but not stick it to itself. And I'm going to dry this little fella off. Right, so he's dry. We'll trim off that rose because we can use that somewhere else. I'm not going to sand him down yet because we ain't finished on this envelope. Maybe I'll add to his tail there, the bit that's from the bottom, and then have the rose. Yep, that looks like a little plan to me. So I've got to come round the rose a bit. Oh, this glass mat's really hot from heating it up. I better be careful. Right. So I'm going to add that like that. And yeah, just a little touch of glue. Adding in our feathers just to make our towel a little bit more full. to do is tear that off. That's it. Okay, and then, did you see that? Oh, what a nightmare. Right, I'm wiping off the rose and leaving the tail feathers. And what I'm going to do is grab another flower from our napkins. Right, I've got one that's in part that I can totally add. Losing that bit. Totally add to here. That's it. Just adding the same flower back in again because I tore it. There you go. I'm just going to poke that down like that for now. Right. I will come in with something over here. Maybe that. From that same napkin, that's nice. Or I can be carrying on with that. Yeah, right, so I'm going to come off here. And here. And just joining that together, giving that rose there another petal on the side, making it fuller, and the leaf, you see, and that just marries right in with some little lilac flowers down the bottom. And then there we are. Yeah, I like that. I can always come in there and up there, but for the moment I'm going to set that aside, because then we've got our two fronts like this, and they're both going to fold up like that. So I think I'm going to need to get more napkins out because because this is it at the minute. So yeah, I'm just looking where I might be able to add maybe some more flowers up there. I don't know, maybe putting a couple of them in. Get rid of those just really pale grey ones. And then we're left with this that's got the backing still on. Okay. I could add to those like that. Right, so lose that brown bit. I don't know where it's from. And just, yeah, add to the ones that are already there. Making that little bottom bit a little more decorated. I really like that now. So I think this one for that bit will be done probably. But I'm just going to put it to one side for a minute. And yeah, we need to grab a couple of napkins. Right, I've got this lovely one. And yeah, I just want to say, it don't all have to be peacock. And I'm doing peacock journal at the minute. But yeah, I might not put peacock on every single one. These are going to be that way up there, and then they're going to be that way up. I think on one of them I might have him, like maybe the middle one, because I think he's going to overflow anyway, like his tail, because it's so long. So what I might do, lose that a minute, I might have him like that. No, he'll go like that, so. But yeah, I might have him like that. And then on the other one, just bits and bobs, maybe a couple of peacock feathers. So, let's grab some washi. Oh, Come on. And so yeah, hopefully, like, I'll add this one to the middle. I know it is a little bit bigger than the other one, but let's think, what one do I want in the middle and what one at the bottom? Because it's the middle one that you'll see at the back. So yeah, this one. And it's got to be that way up. I've got to remember that. Yes, so, oh, hang on, no. Right, so they're attached like that. And then, yeah, they're that way up, right. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it with all this floral everything, you know. Because it is so lovely. And, yeah. I might as well, we'll still see what I've done underneath. And just a quick, and I'm dabbing rather than dragging because of wetting the oxides. Right, okay, so that's in position, and now I can glue from the inside outwards. And so, yeah, we'll still see through the napkin the stamping, which is cool. Right, no more. So that will be in. I love it. And I'll dry him off and then cut that off. So this one, we're going to have, let's see. I could have some of that going across, which ties it all together, doesn't it? Yeah, I might even put a bit of this on the top one as well somewhere, just so that we've got a bit of a theme, you know. I know the theme is the peacock, but yeah, so we've got a bit of continuity with our napkins. And yeah, there's enough of it that I can do that. And I might put a bit of this on the ones that I haven't put it on yet. Right, so I just think going across like that. And remember, we've still got to do the other sides yet. But yeah, I think going across like that will be nice. And oh, I've torn a bit, but don't worry. That might be where our fabric might be going. Oh no, it won't. You know, I can patch that in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've got a little bit here at the bottom of the one I've just done. And I'm patching that bit in. There we are. Right, I'll dry these off and we'll see where we are and what more that we need. Right, so I think they're dry, so we're going to trim around the edges. This one could do with a bit more glue in some places, I think, but I'm going to give them a little light sand, and yeah, I think it will look lovely. And yeah, I'm gonna look and see where I can tie some of these images together in a way, like on our envelopes, see what position they're going to be and where we can add bits of one or bits of another to sort of get them looking like they're supposed to be together. Right, so that's our top one. And then, yeah, I was having this as the middle one and that the bottom one. So that will fold up and that will fold up. And then we're like that. So yeah, I'm going to have something on there as well. But yeah, we need our insides decorating. But I'm going to sand these down and do some more inking as well before we flip them over yeah, just gently. Just so that the joins are really smooth. That one, you see, that needs some glue under it, so I'm not going over there. I'll keep my thumb there. I want our join here to be better. Right, there we go. And this is the smoother one. Just for a little finish on there. Right. And yeah, just tear some of that off. It's going to be inked around. And then now I've finished sanding, I can put some glue there now, because if you rub it with the sandpaper, like your nail file or whatever you're using, and it's wet, it's just gone, you're just tearing it. So that I'm happy with. It feels really nice. It feels like it should all be together. That will need another little dry. So in the meantime, we'll do these. And think about what I want on the other side. Right. And if some bits, I just add a little bit there. If some bits come off, that don't matter, you know, because I want to see in places like what was underneath and that. And so, yeah, it's no biggie. Right, that feels quite nice. Let's just go over a little bit more. And around the edges nicely. Right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Got a little bit there. I want sanding like that. That's it. And then, oops. Right, I'm really happy with these. I'm going to give the other one a little blast with my heat tool. And then we're all good to move on. Right, so they're all dry on the other sides. I am going to ink around them, but I'm just looking at what I want to do on these insides. I think on this top flap I might have one of these, part of that. I still want to see quite a bit of it, so I think I'm just going to have part of that. And then on these two, just a bit, that just needs tearing there, like that. I might even tear this leaf off as well. I don't want it going all the way as well. I want it just sort of coming off at the end. I kind of like that. And yeah, like that. Right, we're good to go, apart from the top bit. I'll put them like that, and our top piece, we don't need much. I think I'm just going to go with this big rose here. I think it's a rose. And yeah, we'll have that, a bit of the leaf as well. Maybe on our flower, like that. Yeah, right. We're good to go. So, yeah. I'm not gluing on, well, no, I will glue underneath. So that we get a much flatter piece. Yeah, I like that. That's going to dry lovely. Right. And I just have to be careful. But like I said, I don't mind if it smudges anyway, because that's why you buy oxides, isn't it? So that you can have like different effects, and they go well like mixing in with each other and whatnot. So yeah, if any of this smudges underneath, it's fine by me. Right. Just pushing out the bubbles. Oh, right. And making sure we're properly stuck down. Right, without sticking to itself. Right. And then this one. Just like that. Oops. Okay. So I've picked some really cool things from BB Craft. I was talking to them last night and then again this morning because it's on its way. I'm so excited. Yeah, I've got quite a bit coming, and yes, yeah, some really cool little things. So that's exciting. I can't wait. I love it when you get stuff new to play around with, you know, to work out different things. A lot of the time I'll get things that I've never done before, as you know, so we can try it out together on camera. And yeah, I absolutely love doing that because I end up learning new skills along the way, as well as having some really lovely stuff to play around with. So yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm going to dry these off, stop bustling these, and be right back. Right, so I think we're dry. So we need to trim off the excess. Get up here. Oops. And again. Right. And we're pretty much coming to the home straight now, because right, we're going to give them a little light sand again. Just to remove the obvious joins so that they feel as one. And I'm pressing a little firmer because I want to go through in some places, and yeah, I want it to feel as one. So I'm pressing a little harder than I was in the beginning. I want it really nice and smooth. And yeah, still so that I can see what I've done underneath, so it's not a complete waste of time. You see, I said to you it would be covered up a fair bit, but you can still see a lot as well, can't you? Right. Right, okay, and that one does feel really smooth anyway, because I've already done it. I'm just doing the edges now. Right. Yeah, that feels lovely. I'm going to come back on this side again. Right, we're all good to go. So, this is our top. we've got to ink around now. Probably just going to go around the whole lot in broken china. And then we're going to assemble with our sari silk. Remember at the beginning that I'd dyed from being ivory to being that lovely vibrant blue. We're going to go back to that. Right. That bit's going to be stuck on the page. Just want to get the top inked. Right. Define that a little bit more. And right, just try and get some ink there. Okay, yeah, I like that. Right, and I think this was our next one, wasn't it? So that folds up and up. Yes, right. I'll do the bottom one. And yeah, any little stray bits after you've sanded, just take straight off. Right. And then once they're assembled with the ink, then we can like decorate more, like putting embellishments on and that, which is really fun. I love that bit of anything. It's like with the journal I'm working on Shawna's at the moment. She's nice and big and that, loads of pages. And yes, as soon as she was together, I got all excited because now it's time that I can jump in and really go mad with the decorating. Right, so I've inked around all 3 envelopes. So now we want a bit of our sari silk, and I'm gonna attach these 2 first, just making sure, yeah, I've got it right way up. So I'm not having them before, how we had a great big bit of fabric. It's just going quite uptight, but just so that we're attached by the sari silk and not the flap, how I would normally do just like a basic trifold envelope. Well, sometimes I do that, and yeah, sometimes I do this. But yeah, I did say we would just do a straightforward. Yes, I did want to do just a basic trifold envelope. Sorry, I was just gluing, and then I had to stop for my son. And yeah, I forgot what I was doing for a minute, because I turned the camera off, put the lid on, and then yeah, I've let the glue dry because I was nattering to him. Right, so I want it like that. And then this one as well, making sure they are going to be the right way up, like that. Right, I nearly went the wrong way with this one. Okay, and I'm going to get more on this one than the other one, so that you can see his little head, or hopefully see his little head. I need to chop. Oops. Right. And have him like that. Right. Where's our other scissors? And so then, now, we've got a lovely trifold envelope, and it comes up, so we've got those 3 pockets. It will come up like that, and then up like that, with our lovely peacock there, and this will come over, and yeah, I was thinking of maybe having something just dangling from this sari silk, which is too wide, so I'm going to split it in half for this, because it's only a small envelope. But yeah, maybe just an eyelet with something coming down there, and things on this sari silk to hold it down, so that'll be the weight that's keeping this closed. And then once it's open, this can fold down nicely. So here we want to be. I'll just move those bits. I'm going to move my glue as well. Oh, my glue brush, because I don't want that in my way. And we're going to punch an hole. Right, I'm going to have it right there. Right, let's see. Yeah, we've got him right there, and I think we'll have a silver eyelet. Oh, and pop that in. Oh, because I was thinking I could glue something behind, and yeah, that's going to be like that. I was thinking I could glue some ribbon behind that then keeps it closed, but then I had this idea that we're going to put some sari silk through. Just gently, so we don't rip it right out. Right, and then I want these tails quite long. Oh, there goes my light. Hello. And yeah, now I'm going to grab some charms and maybe a bit of chain or something, or I could just connect it straight with jump rings. So I'm going to grab some charms and we'll take a look. Right, so I found some little charms, and holy grail. That should go right from there. So I'm going to need a big-ish jump ring, I think, maybe the biggest size, to go through that eyelet and ribbon. But let's see. Right, I'm going to do it with my fingers because I want to try and get in the middle. Oh, excuse me. Right, I do apologise about my phone ringing. It was only Jamie. I've said I'll ring him back in a minute because I didn't want to lose what I was doing, and I've just pulled this jump ring a bit. I just, you know, when that's where I want it. Right, that's fine now. So that's exactly where I want it. Quickly put this bit on, and we'll close. Oh, get it in the right place. Close it up. That's it. So when these are hanging down with their weightage, because they'll be weighted, we've got this hanging down as well. So that's cool. And now I've got some little charms that I'm just going to go directly into the sari silk with the jump ring. Just pierce the sari silk if I can. I'll need my pokey tool, I think, because I want to place, that's where I was going, that first one. I can see the dig, so let's make an hole. Right, perfect. And it's a little bit fiddly, but I think it'll be worth it. And then also I've got a little bit more decorating to do of the outside. So I'm sorry this video is super long. Right, and this is really fiddly. So what I might do is I might just get this done off camera so that you're not watching me for a million years fiddling about with this. Right, so there you see, I've got the charms on and I've got the feather hanging down. And please don't get me wrong, these feathers was from a piece in a charity shop. I wouldn't never normally buy animal thing, but peacocks do lose their feathers in like a natural way, and I do know that because of this. Remember the story I told you about the peacocks that the farmer had? So yeah, I do know that they do come off naturally, but yeah, they're all off of like charity shop, thrift store kind of purchases. So that's flea market, and that's where I buy all the jewellery and brooches and whatnot that I managed to come across on my travels. I'll use this one. And yeah, when I dyed this fabric, I also dyed some paper because I thought it might be nice at the end to put some little bits and pieces of this old paper that I've dyed. I think a bit there might look nice, and I might layer that. Oh no, that's the back, isn't it? What am I doing, silly woman? Right, so this is what we're going to see in the thing. So I'm just seeing where I thought that bits could go. Maybe something there. That might look nice. And I'm only just going to put a couple of bits and pieces more on this. Because, yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's looking, really. I just wanted to put one or two pieces of paper. I think it's really fragile. It was old paper and fragile anyway, and then I've dyed it so it's even more fragile now. But yeah, I just want to carefully, that's it. I just wanted a strip that I can dot about here and there, change the size a little bit, like make it a little bit thinner, or take a little bit off like that. And yeah, just, oops, just a little bit here and there, just as another thing to look at, you know, and another texture going on. I don't want anything on our peacock. I was thinking maybe there might be a nice place. And yeah, this is from a very, very old book, but it was falling apart when I got it, and it was just it was one of those ones when I got them two really old books for 20p each at the flea market. And yeah, just amazing, really amazing, the best finds ever. One, they was 20p each, and two, like, he let me have them because they was falling a bit apart, but to me that is treasure, isn't it? Like, well, to all of us, you know, because it's falling apart, so you know you're going to start taking it apart and playing around with it. Right, I'm just thinking, I've got that there, I don't want a bit on there, I don't think. Oh my, I could have a bit coming from over on that piece, like that maybe. So just a little bit of ink. Oh. And then we're good to go. Oh, the little thing's messing about. Oops. I just thought, oh, I don't like the inking on that side. I have to quickly turn it over and just try and be gentle here. Yeah, because I just wanted a small piece peeking over the top, like that, and then a little bit of ink there. Right, and so then we've got our lovely dangling bits that are the closure, and the only other thing I wanted to overlay on top of those is another bit of, what's it called, tissue. I'm just looking where I've put my thing full of all my, there it is. I keep all my napkins in here and I didn't know what I'd done. And also in here I've got my paper from Lisa. Well, it was from Dawn, but it's made by Lisa. So I will link her shop down below. I think I did in my last video as well, because I used a bit. But yeah, I'm going to use another little bit of this. And I was just going to use a couple of tiny pieces of napkin as well. I'm just going to rip that off like that. It would help if I got out the napkin I was going to use. I was just going to put a couple of bits of that. So, like, yeah, just tiny bits here and there. I'm going to have a bit there. I'm not sure about inking around it, how well that will go. I don't think it needs it really. So, yeah, I'm going to have a bit there. Oh. Just there like that. And right, just think there. I wanted a bit overlapping that, like that. Right, just like that. Right, I'm not going to go mad, and I just want, I've got a small bit of this I think already ripped, or I may have used it. Yeah, I've probably used it. Right, I've got this bit. And I just wanted to tear off a couple of complete pieces. And I don't need many, so I'll come down like that. Right, that's all. If I'm lucky, I might be able to separate, oh yeah, the other two pieces. Right, so, I don't want that bit. I wanted a couple of complete, kind of like the eye of the feather. A couple of them. So, it'll make it easier if I use my little tool, won't it? That I must have put back. I thought I had it handy. No. It would make it easier, but I must have knocked it down. Oh yeah, I can see it. Here it is. The perils of having a little desk is that I constantly knock things on the floor. Right, 1, 2. This one's nice and small. 3. I'll probably just use those 3. Oh, got a bit too close there, but I didn't take it all out. Right, like that I was thinking with that one. So I need my other glue, and we really are nearly finished. I am sorry it's been a bit long, but yeah, I could have split it into 2 parts really, couldn't I? But I wanted to just, I didn't want to stop, to be honest, because I've really enjoyed it. And you can always watch half, can't you? And then go back and watch the other half a different day if you want to, if it's a bit too long. So, yeah, even though I haven't split it into 2 parts, you can, can't you? Right, I might have that there. There, like that. Right. So we've got one there and one there, and then that one there. So all that needs to be done is dried off, and then a little flick over, and we're good to go. Right, so I've dried them off, I've given them a little flick over. I can just see that I needed to trim that sari silk just a little bit better there, and there I'm good with that. I may add a little bit of embellishment here and there, maybe a little bit of trim somewhere, you know, because it's going to be stuck on a page in the journal, and then these are going to have journaling cards in, and I've got plenty of journaling cards in the Proud as a Peacock kit that will look perfect in here. So that is the end of episode 5 of our Take 3 Envelopes series. So I really hope you enjoyed the different techniques and whatnot that we used this time, and that, getting out the gesso and yeah, attaching just with the sari silk like that, the hand dyed that I dyed earlier, and yeah, all of that, you know, just the different things that you can do with the little envelopes. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, I'll be back probably tomorrow, I'll be back really soon with something else. Probably will still be peacock related because I have got a big journal to fill, you know. So yeah, we might be doing that for a little while. But I'm also going to do Amy's Colours Challenge one day this week. I'm behind. I'm 1 week behind. I haven't done the blue and white yet, so I need to do the blue and white and then do the red, white and blue. So yeah, I've got lots to keep me busy, ain't I? So thank you very much. I love you all loads, and yeah, if you like it, leave me a comment, press the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. We have loads of fun. So yeah, I'll be back later. Love you loads. Bye.